Hi there. I've been alienated by my child for 4 years now. And over the 4 years, I think the toughest part for me has been why? Like, why me? Why am I going through this? What did I do that was so wrong? And I think it's important to remember that alienation is a campaign of, it starts with a campaign of denigration towards one parent. And I recently did some reading on a bit about this and just the importance of bias and how we see the world and how children develop and how they do things to survive. And chances are, if you're alienated by your child, you probably had a pretty rocky relationship with your ex. And perhaps your parents had a pretty rocky relationship. Now, why do I share this? I just want to share because it'll make sense in a moment. Winnie the Pooh. As a kid, we learned that bears are fluffy, they eat honey, they talk to donkeys, and that they're friendly beings. Okay, that's what we know. Now, as we grow older, we learn, you know what? Don't go near a bear. Like, they're dangerous. They're going to eat you. They're terrible. They belong in the wild, and be careful. Now, have you ever been attacked by a bear? Now, I'm not saying go up to bears and have lunch with them or whatever. However, we start forming truths about the world from a very young age, and we do the same thing with our parents. So think about your parents. What did you believe about them? How did you react to them as a child to survive? Now, many of the truths that we feel and that we believe as kids are not really the truth. They're fabricated in many instances. There's things that we know to be true, but in a lot of cases, if you look at the facts, they're actually just stories in order to make sense of the world that we live in. For my son, I was the one that took risks at times. I was the one that took him out on hikes, outdoor adventures. And when he was 4, we split up. His mom was always the cuddly one, the touchy-feely one, you're safe with me, which is great. A child needs both. They need a balance there. However, what happened was something that I didn't stop. And that was I had 50% custody of my child. His mom would constantly call, is he safe? Did you pick him up from school? If I went on a hike, she would call him, are you okay? Did dad treat you well? Are you fine? Are you hurt? What messaging do you think my child got? I was once Winnie the Pooh, and now I was the bear, the dangerous bear. And this became his truth. Whenever he wasn't feeling well, he wanted to stay at his mom's. He then thought that my place was unsafe, like robbers would break in. If he got sick, it's because dad took me on a walk. I made him go to hockey practices because he was a goalie there. Dad shouldn't be pushing me. I became the unsafe one. He's 18 now. But these things we learn as a child stick in our mind. The affidavit at the court supported all this as well, that I am the unsafe parent. Am I unsafe? No. However, this has really opened my eyes as to why my son does not want to communicate with me. Because his fact, his worldview of me likely, and I don't know for sure, I can only guess, has to do with the fact that dad is not safe. And it's been instilled in his mind that that's it and it's his truth. The facts don't support that. But his story does. And this is really important. We all have stories about people. We have stories about situations. And those stories can run our lives. And those are the limiting beliefs we have. So know that you are lovable. You are safe. You are a great parent. but your child probably isn't ready to look at the facts yet, and they're still in story. Thank you. All the best.